go. Squad up, never roll alone. And we gon' ride on forever.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Relic here, and today I'm gonna be starting a new series with Swag. So say hi, Swag.
What's up, guys?
And pretty much this series is gonna happen every Wednesday, and every Wednesday we're gonna be predicting the NFL outcomes, the games for this week, and the winner, the winner wins, and then the loser gives away 100K to one of you guys. So if you guys want a chance at the 100K being given away next week, just comment down below and you'll be entered into the giveaway. So let's get started with the prediction, shall we? Alright, so first game is gonna be Broncos versus Chargers, and for this one you can say your prediction first.
Well, the Denver Donkeys, they just lost last week, but they've been playing pretty decent. I'm gonna go with Philip Rios because San Diego Chargers, man, I just believe in them. I don't know why, but they're gonna win this game.
So you're gonna pick Chargers?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna go with Broncos because even though they choked last week and they lost, the Chargers are actually more known for choking, and I believe that even with their QB struggles, the Broncos are gonna be able to win. So I'm gonna pick Broncos here. So that's gonna be that prediction. And the next game is Eagles versus Redskins, and for this game I'm gonna have to go with the Redskins because I believe Kirk Cousins is gonna, carry the Redskins to a victory over the Eagles. So yeah, what do you think, Swag?
Honestly, I like the Eagles a lot more. They have Carson Wentz, turning out to be pretty good. I mean, they're actually not that bad this year. I mean, under Chip Kelly, they weren't very good the last few years. But I'm gonna go with Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, well, last week they almost won against the Lions, but that last play. So next game will be Steelers and Dolphins, and I'm gonna have to go with Steelers for this one because the Dolphins have had a terrible season, and I think they're just gonna continue to play terribly. So I'm gonna pick the Steelers for this game.
I'm gonna agree with you right there. Dolphins, I don't like them. Yeah. So what we do when two people pick the same team is that one person picks a score that they think the team's going to win by. The other person has to say either, like, for example, if Relic says to break away 7 points, they're going to win by 7 points. I either have to say they're going to win by 8 or more, or 6 or less, so over, under.
Alright, so for the first one, I'll take the first, pick. I think that they are going to win by 14, so.
You know what?
Yeah.
I really don't think Miami's that good, so I'm going to take the over. I'm going to say Pittsburgh wins by 15 or more points.
Alright, so we'll see what the final score is. And if the Dolphins turn out and the Dolphins win, the game is just excluded from our final total. So, alright, next game is the Jaguars and the Bears. See, this game is hard because I don't like either teams, but I am, let's see. Alright, I'm gonna go with the Jags because Jay Cutler is trash and he's gonna throw for like 5 interceptions. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jags.
I'm pretty sure Jay Cutler's injured. And normally
so
I
then
would.
Isn't it Brian Hoyer then?
Yeah.
Alright, so Brian Hoyer's like even worse, so I'm still gonna stay with my prediction, Jaguars.
Alright, well, for me, I mean, I actually like the Jaguars a lot. But this year they've just been choking, and I don't know why. Well, I'm gonna go with the Bears. I mean, I don't really.
Okay.
Just going with my gut here. I think Jacksonville should win this game, but Chicago is going to win.
Okay, alright, so next game, Bengals and Patriots. Swag, what's your call?
Patriots.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm actually gonna agree with you there, so you can take the over-under for this one first.
Bengals, honestly, they took a really ugly loss this week against Dallas. That was ugly. But Tom Brady's back. I'm gonna say New England by 21 points. It's a lot. Yeah.
Okay, I am going. So I think I'm gonna say 20 or under. The Patriots are gonna win by. It's not gonna be that big of a blowout, honestly. I think so. So that will be that game. And now there is the Browns and the Titans. And I'm pretty sure I know what Swag's gonna pick. And obviously, I'm gonna pick the Titans because the Browns are just terrible.
No,
they're just trash.
Browns are the best team in the league.
Just so trash. So I'm gonna pick Titans.
The Browns have been the best team in the league for like 20 years, no doubt. You can't even like deny that, okay? And I'm gonna go with whoever's the quarterback since RG3's. No, he played the first game and then ripped RG3. I'm gonna go with the Browns just because I want the Browns to win. Because Cleveland Browns are like my favorite team, but not really.
Sure Cody Kessler will be their starting QB next week. Pretty sure. But okay, so you're gonna pick the underdog here, the Browns. So we'll see how that goes down. So next game is 49ers and the Bills. You know, I'm gonna have to go with the Niners for this one because Kaepernick is gonna start, and I feel like their whole team is gonna start playing better with Kaepernick starting. So I'm gonna pick the Niners for this game.
I'm gonna pick the Bills just because I like Rex Ryan a lot as a coach, and the Bills have won the past 2 weeks while the 49ers have shown the momentum. I think they're gonna win.
Yeah, I like Tyrod Taylor a lot, so I mean that's a good pick. So next game will be Ravens and the Giants, and for this one, this is hard. I'm gonna have to go with the Ravens for this one. I just feel like the Ravens are gonna be able to beat the Giants, even though they lost last week to the Redskins. But you know, I'm gonna pick Ravens.
I'm gonna pick the Ravens as well. I feel like the game is actually gonna be really close, so I'm just gonna take a guess and gonna guess that the game is 4 points or under. I mean, sorry, just 4 points.
All
4 points.
Yeah, I was gonna pick 7, so I'm just gonna go 5 or over. So that's gonna be that. Alright, so the next game is the Rams and Lions game, and the Rams this year have actually been surprisingly pretty good. So I mean, good relative to what I thought prior to the season. Like, they moved to LA and then their lineup is just meh. So, you know, I'm gonna have to go with the Rams for this one, even though, again, they lost last week to the Bills by like 10 points or something. And yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Rams.
Alright. I'm gonna go with the Lions. I mean, I think the Rams are gonna win, but I have a tendency to pick the team I want to win, and I really don't want the Rams to win, because they're actually like the Seahawks, main contender for the NFC West. Who thought that? Yeah. I'm just gonna go with the Lions. Matthew Stafford.
It's gonna be Stafford and then Jared Goff, so. Alright, so next game, Panthers and Saints. For this one, I'm gonna go with the Panthers, even though they're 1-3 right now. I feel like Cam is gonna start clicking. Their whole team's gonna start clicking. Cam and Greg Olsen are gonna have their connection again. And yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Panthers. I want to see Cam Newton win.
In my opinion, Panthers are one of my least favorite teams.
I mean, see, they are one of my least favorite teams too.
Here's the thing, like, they got roasted, like, literally. They just got destroyed by the Falcons 2 weeks ago. Julio Jones, their defense just terrible. And then they lost that game to Tampa Bay, 17-14, and that game was so bad. Like, the whole game was ugly. And that's why I'm going with the New Orleans Saints. The Saints have one of the best passing attacks in the league with Drew Brees. Yeah. And they're probably going to exploit their line of defense a lot.
Drew Brees is probably the hottest QB
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, he's Matt Ryan. But Drew Brees is up there in the top QBs this season so far. So we'll see what we can do this game. So next game is Chiefs and the Raiders. And I don't know. This one's going to be close, I think. I think, however, that the Raiders are going to be able to pull this off. Because the Chiefs, they're just really inconsistent, and the Raiders have been pretty hot lately. They're 4-1, they just beat the Chargers last week, they're on a 3-win streak, so I think they're going to continue that win streak this game against the Chiefs, so I'm going to go with the Raiders.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Raiders too as well. So,
All right. So I think this is gonna be a close game. So I'm actually gonna say, 4 or under. That's what I'm gonna say. Well, I mean just 4, and then you can.
Yeah. I'm gonna say over for sure because
sweet. That's what I
the CD this year. I mean, they had that one convincing win against the Jets, but then Patrick threw 6 interceptions. I can't say much about.
The thing is, I think it's gonna be a close game because like the last 2 Raiders games, it was 28-27 against the Ravens, and then 34-31 against the Chargers. So
it's true.
Yeah. So that's why I'm gonna go for an under. So next game is the Cowboys and the. So you can pick first this time.
Alright, I'm gonna definitely pick the Packers. I mean, yes, Dallas has Dak Prescott, who's doing pretty well, but he doesn't have experience, and I don't think I trust him against the Packers. I mean, they have Aaron Rodgers, but their defense isn't that bad either. And I just think Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to win this.
So actually, for me, I'm going to disagree with you, and I'm going to say that the Cowboys are going to be able to pull this off. With Dak Prescott, Des Bryant, Jason Witten, all those guys, you know, I think Cowboys are going to pull it off. They're 4-1 right now, and they've been streaking, so. And Dak Prescott has been playing pretty well, 4-win streak, so I'm going to pick the Cowboys for this one. So, next game is the Seahawks versus the Falcons, and no matter how bad the Seahawks are, I'm going to have to say that the Seahawks will win. Plus, they have home field advantage, so that's another thing. So I think the Seahawks are going to win against the Falcons.
Alright. Julio Jones is 300 yards. At the same time, he's now going against an actual corner in Richard Sherman. I mean, Richard Sherman didn't do too well against Marshall weeks ago because they had to bye last week. He didn't do too well. He got, you know, burned for like 85 yards, but he did get the interceptions late in the game. Seattle's defense is really good. They should be able to contain Julio Jones.
Best defense in the league. Yeah. So, you know,
I'm going to predict that Devonta Freeman's going to have a good edge. I have the feeling they're going to hold Matt Ryan to under 300 passing yards.
Right,
I'm going to go Seattle.
The same team. What's going to be your prediction for the score?
I'm going to predict about 10 points. I think the Seahawks are going to get off to a good start. Then Atlanta's going to score a few points late in the game.
I say that it's going to be above 10 points because, you know, I think once the Falcons play against a good defense, like last week they played against the Broncos, but you know that was another thing. So I think it's going to be above 10 for sure. So now we have 2 more games left: the Colts and Texans game and the Jets and Cardinals game. And for the Colts and Texans game, I'm definitely gonna have to go with the Texans because the Colts have been doing terribly this season. And even though the Texans got embarrassed by the Vikings last week, I still think they're gonna pull it off with Brock Osweiler at QB. So I think they're gonna be able to pull it off. And of course, DeAndre Hopkins.
I personally think the Colts are gonna win. Mainly because Houston doesn't have J.J. Watt. I mean, the Colts offensive line is really bad. If they give Andrew Luck time, he should be able to complete a lot of passes, get a lot of yards with T.Y. Hilton and Moncrief.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick the Colts.
So that leaves us with one more game, and it will be the Jets and Cardinals game. And for this game, I want the Jets to win because the Cardinals are, you know, in competition with the Seahawks. So that doesn't mean I think they will win. I think the Cardinals will actually win this one, even though, you know, Carson Palmer has been playing kind of meh this season. And you know, last week they beat the Niners, so that's something. And they just bounced back from their 2-game losing streak against the Niners. But you know, the Niners are the Niners. I still think they're gonna win this next game though against the Jets.
I'm gonna pick the Jets, and the main reason why is because that's true. But at the same time, Arizona has so many turnovers. It's like, oh my god, that's their main problem this season. They've been able to move the ball, but they just keep turning it over with fumbles and interceptions. And Carson Palmer's getting golden age. I think that with 1 or 2 mistakes, might be able to, you know, the Jets might be able to capitalize on them, and the Cardinals in too deep of a hole to get out of.
That's right. So, all right, guys, I'm pretty sure that's all the games. Did I miss any, Swag?
No.
All right, so yep, that's all the games, and that's gonna end this week's predictions. Make sure to comment once down below to be entered in the 100K giveaway that we will be giving away next Wednesday when we, have our next set of predictions. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much gonna end this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, Relic out.